Good morning, boys and girls. Today is April 14th, 2020. Welcome to our math lesson of the day. Compare and order lengths. Our lesson objective. I can order three objects by length using words such as short, shorter, shortest, and long, longer, and longest to describe their order. All right, boys and girls, this is our warm up. You have 60 seconds to write a number sentence to solve the problem. The problem says Hugo has 19 markers, Dylan has 8 markers. How many more markers does Hugo have? You may begin. 20 seconds left. And time's up. All right, let's quickly check the problem. It says it's about Hugo and Dylan. Hugo has 19 markers, Dylan has 8 markers. Then the question is, how many more? And last week we learned that when we're saying how many more, we're thinking compare and it's subtracting. So how many more markers does Hugo have? I'm going to take 19 that Hugo has minus 8 that Dylan has equals 11. So how many more markers does Hugo have? Hugo has 11 more markers. Check your work. Okay. How can you compare and order three objects by length? Let's think. What does it mean to compare the length of two objects? So yesterday we learned that the length of an object is the longest side of the object. So if I'm comparing the two lengths of two different objects, what does it mean? Well, to compare the length of two objects is to find out whether the object is shorter or longer than the other object. So if we have a group of three objects, do you think we can use the same strategy to compare their lengths? Yes, right? We can put them in order from shortest to longer, from shortest to longest or from longest to shortest, right? So we could still use the same strategy, placing them next to each other and seeing how does their length compare to one another. So the words that we're going to be using today when we compare our objects are the following: short, shorter, shortest. So from these three words, which one would be the smallest object? The one with short, the one with shorter, or the one with shortest? Yes, shortest, right? Then it would be shorter and then short. So from these three objects, the one that has short would be the biggest of all three. We're also going to use the word long, longer, and longest. So same thing, long, longer, and longest. Longest would be, as it says, the longest. The longer would be in the middle, and the long would be the smallest of those three objects when comparing their length. So we're going to write long, longer, and longest to compare the lengths of these objects. We have a fishing pole, butter, and a carrot. From those three objects, can you please touch the one that is the longest? Very good. the fishing rod. Now, since the fishing rod is the longest, which one would be longer, the butter or the carrot? The carrot, right? So we would put longer. And the butter would be just long, right? So we have the longest, longer, and long. Now we're going to use short, shorter, and shortest. Let's start with the shortest one. Which item is the shortest one? The Band-Aid, the jump rope, or the instrument? Now we're going to write short, shorter, and shortest to compare the length of the objects. Now we're going to write short, shorter, and shortest to compare the lengths of the objects. Let's look at the objects. We have a Band-Aid, a jump rope, and an instrument. Which one would be the shortest? Yes, the Band-Aid. Now between the jump rope and the instrument, which one would be shorter? The instrument. That means that the jump rope would be short. All right. Okay. Go ahead. I'll give you 30 seconds to decide which one would be short, which one would be shorter, and which one would be shortest when we compare the length of the feather, the chalk, and the branch. Go. Okay. The shortest would be the chalk. Then which one would be shorter, the feather or the branch? The feather. That means that short would be the branch. Is this what you have? Branch, feather, and chalk? You can compare and order the lengths of objects by using numbers. 1, 3, 2. So the pencil is longer than the scissors. The paint set is the longest. So I would start with 3 being the longest, 2 would be longer, and 1 would be long. In this case, the book marker is shorter than the paintbrush. The bookmark is shorter than the paintbrush. The pen is the shortest. So I would start with 1, the paintbrush being short, the bookmark being shorter, and number 3, the pen is being the shortest.
Compare and order lengths. You can compare the length of objects. These two girls are comparing the length of objects.
The eraser is shortest. The book is longer than the pencil.
Here are 3 objects for us to compare: an eraser, a glue stick, and a crayon. We'll compare them and order their lengths from shortest to longest. Which one has the shortest length? It looks like the eraser is shortest because it is not as long as the glue stick and the crayon. We're comparing the objects from shortest to longest, so we'll write a 1 on the line under the eraser, since it is the shortest object. There are 2 objects left to compare: the glue stick and the crayon. Which one of these has the shorter length? The crayon is shorter than the glue stick, but longer than the eraser. We'll write a 2 on the line under the crayon. That means the glue stick is the longest because it is longer than the eraser and the crayon. We'll write a 3 on the line under the glue stick. Here they are from shortest to longest: the eraser, the crayon, and the glue stick.
Okay, so now that we saw the video, let's practice. For number 1, between the brush and the paint, which one is shorter? Yes, the paint. Between the crayon and the pencil, which is longer? The pencil. Now let's order the objects by length. We're going to write 1 for long, 2 for longer, and 3 for longest. Let's start. Which one would be the longest? Very good. The marker. So between the glue and the clip, which one would be longer? Yes, the glue stick. So that means that the paper clip would be long. 1, 2, and 3. Now let's order the objects by length. We're going to write a 1 for short, 2 for shorter, and 3 for shortest. I'll give you 30 seconds to write on a piece of paper 1, 2, and 3 in the order of the objects. Ready? Go. All right, let's check your work. So which item is the shortest? The eraser, the notebook, or the hole puncher? Yes, the shortest would be the eraser. So between the notebook and the hole puncher, which one is shorter? Yes, the hole puncher. That means that the notebook would be short with a number 1. Okay. Tia owns 3 iguanas. How should she order the iguanas from longest to shortest? Place a number 1 in the longest iguana, a 2 on the one that goes in the middle, and a 3 on the shortest. Okay, go ahead and do it. Okay, let's check your work. Did you write that this iguana is the longest? This iguana would be longer than the iguana in the middle. That means that the shortest iguana with a number 3 would be the one in the middle. Is that what you wrote? Awesome. So now it's your turn. In a piece of paper, you're going to go ahead and draw pictures of 3 objects from your home. Then you're going to put them in order by length. Then answer the following question. Which item was the longest? Which item was the shortest? And write a sentence telling about the order. So the longest item was blank. The shortest item was blank. The item in the middle was blank. All right. Awesome job, boys and girls. Don't forget to share your work with me using Class Dojo. See you soon.